Criterion 2, Culture and Labor Relations, with total 350 points. The second main criterion is designed to assess the robustness of participating companies' commitment to fostering a positive and inclusive culture while nurturing labor relations built on trust and mutual respect. This criterion focuses on recognizing exceptional efforts in creating a thriving, harmonious, and innovative workforce by championing effective communication, embracing diversity, fostering creativity, promoting work-life harmony, and enhancing employee engagement, leading to an environment where employees feel valued, motivated, and inspired to contribute significantly to both lasting personal and organizational success. It consists of 5 interrelated subcriteria as follows. Criterion 2.1, Communication and Transparency. Criterion 2.2, Workforce Relations. Criterion 2.3, Engagement, Diversity, and Tolerance. Criterion 2.4, Creativity and Innovation. And Criterion 2.5, Work-Life Harmony and Well-Being. Criterion 2.1, Communication and Transparency, total 70 points. This subcriterion focuses on the importance of promoting a culture of openness and trust by establishing effective communication strategies and channels that keep the workforce well-informed, foster trust, enable collaboration, reduce communication barriers, and enhance engagement among employees. The subcriterion also encourages the free flow of information, feedback, active listening, and the inclusion of all voices in decision-making processes. It places special emphasis on seamless integration with regular and effective workforce performance reviews, feedback mechanisms, and the recognition and rewarding of high-performing employees. The subcriterion may include the following 4 interrelated elements. 2.1.1, Communication Strategy and Channels, 20 points. 2.1.1, 2, Transparency and Openness, 15 points. 2.1.1, 3, Freedom of Expression and Feedback, 15 points. 2.1.1, 4, Performance Review, Recognition and Rewards, with 20 points. Let's explore each subcriteria element in detail. 2.1.1, Communication Strategy and Channels, 20 points. This award element addresses the need for participating companies to develop effective corporate communication strategy and select optimal channels to ensure the workforce remains well-informed in a timely manner and foster better labor relations, build trust, enable collaboration, reduce communication barriers, and enhance engagement among employees. Effective communication leads to a more cohesive and focused workforce by ensuring that all employees are fully aware of their rights and responsibilities while aligning them with the organization's mission, vision, values, and strategic goals. The key focus areas under this subcriteria element that shall be considered when developing the Taqdeer Award submission, based on each participating company's actual systems and practices, may include, but are not limited to: develop, evaluate and enhancing the effectiveness of feedback and multiple communication channels between management and the workforce. Assess the current communication landscape, understand the existing channels, their effectiveness, and areas that need improvement. Tailor the communication strategies to address the needs and interests of each group to ensure work-related information, data, and performance expectations are clearly disseminated. Develop clear, concise, and consistent messaging aligned with the organization's values and goals. Avoid jargon and ambiguity. Utilize a mix of communication channels, including regular meetings, in-person meetings, face-to-face dialogue, focus groups, regular briefings, memos, emails, phone calls, social media, newsletters, etc. Ensure channel accessibility. Customize messages for different employee groups and situations by selecting the most appropriate language, format, and frequency. Develop a crisis communication plan to ensure that employees receive timely and accurate information during emergencies, labor disputes, or other unexpected situations. Continuously assess the effectiveness of the communication efforts and make adjustments as needed. To better prepare for the Taqdeer Award submission and assessment, companies shall also try to keep in mind the key elements that the assessors might look for in each subcriteria element. For this subcriteria element, assessors might be looking for methods for dissemination of work-related information, data, and performance expectations, customized messages with relevant languages, format, and frequency for different employee groups and situations, communication effectiveness assessment, etc. Assessors might ask many questions like: how does your organization develop, evaluate, and enhance feedback and communication channels with the workforce? What mix of channels is utilized to make information accessible to the entire workforce? How are messages customized for different groups and situations? 2.1.2 Transparency and Openness, 15 points. This award element emphasizes the importance of participating companies in creating a culture of transparency and openness that nurtures trust among employees, promotes better decision-making, enhances employee engagement, and contributes to overall success. An open culture encourages feedback, collaboration, and active participation, while transparency holds the organization accountable for its actions and decisions. Transparency allows for early identification and resolution of conflicts and issues, preventing them from escalating into more significant problems. The key focus areas under this subcriteria element that shall be considered when developing the Taqdeer Award submission, based on each participating company's actual systems and practices, may include, but are not limited to: keep employees informed through regular updates on organizational news, changes, and milestones. To increase transparency and employee happiness, one of the previous 4-star companies, their CEO and leadership team members visit each of their departments and work sites every 3 months to share with the employees the latest update on company strategy, performance, and future projects. So, the employees will know after the current building project is complete, they will be able to transfer to the new Expo project. Ensure that policies and procedures are accessible to all employees and consistently applied. Ensure clear, timely, and honest communication, providing context when necessary to help everyone understand the message. Encourage an open-door policy where employees feel comfortable approaching leaders and managers with questions, concerns, or suggestions. Clearly communicate the rationale behind decisions, especially those that affect employees, both successes and failures. Promote transparency in financial matters and provide regular updates on the organization's plans, objectives, projects, policies, performance progress, and challenges. Foster an organizational culture that values openness, encourages curiosity, and rewards transparency. For example, many companies conducted annual employee satisfaction surveys. However, the survey results and findings were never shared with the employees. Instead, they are kept by the HR department as confidential information. To better prepare for the Taqdeer Award submission and assessment, companies shall also try to keep in mind the key elements that the assessors might look for in each subcriteria element. For this subcriteria element, assessors might be looking for regular updates on organizational news, changes, and milestones, policies and procedures accessible to employees, transparency in organizations' plans, objectives, projects, policies, performance progress, and challenges, etc. Assessors might ask many questions like: how does your organization keep employees informed with regular updates on plans, news, changes, and milestones? How are policies and procedures made accessible to all employees and consistently applied across the organization? How does your organization foster a culture that values openness and rewards transparency? 2.1.3 Freedom of Expression and Feedback, 15 points. This award element addresses the need for participating companies to embrace freedom of expression and feedback, fostering a more open, inclusive, and transparent work environment that promotes innovation, improves decision-making, and enhances employee engagement. Establish effective feedback mechanisms where employees can freely express their views, voice their opinions, and address concerns. This will enable continuous improvement, process refinement, increased satisfaction, and better adaptation to changing circumstances. The key focus areas under this subcriteria element that shall be considered when developing the Taqdeer Award submission, based on each participating company's actual systems and practices, may include, but are not limited to: create and communicate clear policies that protect freedom of expression and feedback. Giving employees a voice in the organization makes them feel valued and engaged. Encourage feedback and open expression to promote transparency. Leadership and management actively seek feedback, acknowledge contributions, and address concerns. Many companies conduct frequent focus groups with employees from different departments to obtain their concerns, feedback, and suggestions to improve their work and living conditions. Provide multiple effective and safe feedback channels for employees to express themselves, such as suggestion systems, regular surveys, focus groups, open forums, anonymous reporting mechanisms, regular meetings, and digital platforms, etc. Allow the workforce to choose their representatives who can express their concerns, opinions, and suggestions in a constructive and harmonious manner. This is particularly valuable in industries like construction, where companies employ a diverse workforce consisting of hundreds or thousands of individuals from various countries and linguistic backgrounds. Empowering employees to nominate their own representatives significantly improves communication with management, fostering a more inclusive and effective dialogue. Conduct regular feedback surveys to gather anonymous feedback on various aspects of the organization. Most of the companies conduct annual employee feedback surveys. Other leading companies also carry out other surveys to obtain feedback on specific focus areas such as labor accommodation, corporate facilities and resources, transportation, etc. Host open forums or town hall meetings where employees can directly engage with leadership, ask questions, and share concerns. Recognize and reward employees for providing valuable feedback and highlight examples of positive change resulting from employee input. Develop action plans to address issues raised by employees and communicate the steps being taken promptly. Assessors would like to know what improvement actions were taken after the employee survey or feedback. Implement a protective anonymous reporting system for whistleblowing and reporting unethical behavior. And finally, continuously assess the effectiveness of feedback mechanisms and adjust as needed. To better prepare for the Taqdeer Award submission and assessment, companies shall also try to keep in mind the key elements that the assessors might look for in each subcriteria element. For this subcriteria element, assessors might be looking for freedom of expression and feedback-related policies and practices, employee feedback mechanism, regular survey and feedback methods, example of open forums or town hall meetings, etc. Assessors might ask many questions like: what safe channels are provided for employee expression, such as suggestion systems, surveys, and anonymous reporting? How does leadership actively seek, acknowledge, and address feedback? How does your organization recognize and reward valuable feedback, and share examples of resulting positive change? 2.1.4 Performance Review, Recognition and Rewards, 20 points. This award element addresses the need for participating companies to establish a fair, transparent, and structured system and a supportive environment to assess and reward employee performance, creating a culture of recognition and rewards. Regular and effective performance reviews, recognition, and rewards ensure that employees' goals are aligned, promote transparency and fairness, identify training and development opportunities, motivate employees, and boost morale and job satisfaction. The key focus areas under this subcriteria element that shall be considered when developing the Taqdeer Award submission, based on each participating company's actual systems and practices, may include, but are not limited to: establish a fair, transparent, and effective performance evaluation system throughout the organization. Align performance objectives with organizational goals and provide employees with clear performance scorecards. Provide ongoing feedback and constructive performance evaluations to help employees track progress. Other than the annual or semi-annual formal performance assessments, ongoing performance feedback is also critical. Foster two-way communication during performance reviews to address concerns and goals. A good performance evaluation system will not be able to be implemented successfully without proper training for managers on how to deliver effective, unbiased feedback, and conduct fair evaluations. Implement formal recognition programs, such as awards and certificates, for outstanding contributions. For example, Dubai taxis reward their taxi drivers who find and return large sums of money to passengers. Taqdeer award-winning companies with nominated distinguished employees will also be awarded during the award ceremony. Promptly recognize and reward significant achievements by employees. Instead of waiting for the annual performance appraisal, award-winning companies often deploy timely recognition and rewards for outstanding performance by employees. Promote a culture of peer-to-peer recognition to enhance collaboration. Offer meaningful rewards, such as promotions, bonuses, or professional development opportunities. Highlight top performers through company channels to create a competitive environment. Utilize data-driven insights and performance metrics in evaluations and recognition. Develop clear performance improvement plans and provide support for employee success. Ensure the performance-based rewards and recognition criteria are transparent and well communicated to all employees. In addition, companies should also ensure performance evaluation, recognition, and rewards are carried out in a fair and unbiased manner, avoiding discrimination or favoritism. Finally, regularly review and update the performance review, recognition, and reward systems. To better prepare for the Taqdeer Award submission and assessment, companies shall also try to keep in mind the key elements that the assessors might look for in each sub-criteria element. For this sub-criteria element, assessors might be looking for performance review and appraisal system and practices. Employees' performance objectives align with organizational objectives. Formal recognition programs, performance-based increments, or consequences performance improvement plans, etc. From our experience, many companies do have structured performance appraisals in place for their supervisory, managerial, and office staff. However, when it comes to performance evaluation of the workers and laborers, many only depend on the supervisor's or foreman's feedback, which could be biased. Assessors might ask many questions like, how has your organization established a fair, transparent performance evaluation system? How is ongoing feedback provided to help employees track their progress? What recognition programs exist for outstanding contributions?